Well, hello peeps. Today I want to talk a little bit about the DH and why I think the rework was kind of a failure. Now, of course, while we watched some DH gameplay after the nerfs. First off, I'm talking about PvP here only, so people don't get like that confused. And I know some of the stuff like transfers into PvE, but generally speaking, I feel like people should just understand it's PvP here we're talking about. So the DH rework is a failure PvP-wise, and what do I mean by that? If you're gonna take the PvP power of a class, right, and remove damage, like completely remove damage as a variable, Demon Hunters are actually weaker now than in Season 2. Because we actually lost 2 seconds on our CC chain, which was honestly quite big. Like, having stun into Misery was quite a big play that you could do, like doing, and even like leaving combat, let's call it like that, and doing like stun into your incap, into Misery was like, those were really good plays. Doing that now, it's like 9 seconds CC, bro. Like, other classes can do that in 2 casts and 2 spells. So, what are we doing here, right? You're not gonna, you have to also chain it very properly. You have like 1 global in between all of those, so you're like not doing damage while you're doing this. So, unfortunately, we actually lost power PvP-wise. Again, removing damage as a variable, like people need to understand what I'm talking about here. You know, something like Warrior, again, removing damage as a variable, actually gotten stronger in PvP. You gotten more PvP utility with Safeguard, more PvP utility with Battlefield Commander. Both of those are insanely good talents, PvP talents. Was Warrior being reworked, or was Demon Hunter being reworked? We unironically gotten more PvP related things in 10.1 when we got like some PvP talent changes and stuff, but like okay, let's be real. This rework was PvE focused, and PvP was not even, I would say, thought about. Like, survivability has been increased, which we could say is those were PvP things, but 3% here, 5%, it's like, yeah, it's not, these are not like some, you know, gameplay changes, some things that were actually added onto our like overall toolkit or things we didn't have before. Like, we used to just have to sacrifice points to get some defensive stuff, but like now we're in a better point. Like, I'll give that. So that's why I'm disappointed, because I feel like the class has come to that point again where just it can be nuked out of the game by Blizzard by just tuning it out, because damage is big and survivability is big, but like both of those are just subject tunings compared to actually giving something new to the class, right? Another thing I'm gonna add is, Blizzard, please, for God's sakes, fix bugs first. Put priority on fixing the bugs. If you're gonna nerf a class, fix, like, make sure that the bug fix is one of the first things you do, right? But not have a bug that's actually adding so much to burst damage and then nerf that bug while you're also, like, you know, nerfing everything else. Like, that to me was a little bit like, again, I was just very scared to get on my Demon Hunter when I saw the, like, oh, it's a bug fix and a bunch of nerfs. Yeah, so, like, please, Blizzard, just fix the bug first week, do some nerfs as well, like, that's fine, but, like, the bug should be just gone the first week. Like, we shouldn't be playing with this for, like, a little bit, and then, like, now when I'm actually used to the bug, been abusing the bug for, like, weeks, and I'm actually, like, now, like, supposed to get back to normal gameplay. Like, it feels really bad, and not to mention that, in general, Fel Barrage, Elysian Decree, these things just feel very clunky on a Demon Hunter in general. Like, doesn't fit to me the Demon Hunter playstyle, that's very subjective, but again, does not fit to me the Demon Hunter playstyle. Now, I know I'm not crazy, I know defensive-wise we are improved, there's like talent choice points that are improved, but as a whole, I just feel like the DH rework compared to something like the Retribution rework is just a failure. Like, the Ret rework, playing Retribution in 10.0 and playing Retribution in 10.0.7, those are like 2 entire specs. And I'm not talking about like the OP version of 10.07, like after the tunings, like even like, let's say 10.1, right? 10.0 versus 10.1. Maybe that's a little bit of a better comparison, so people are not thinking I'm talking about like the overpowered version of Ret. It's just that the gameplay feels better, right? The choices that we, overall that we can make feel better. Mobility gotten quite a nice increase compared to, you know, before Retribution. The increased range, making the spec basically like Devastation Evoker. All of those things added up to make the class feel a lot better in PvP, right? I just feel like the DH did not get that same treatment. Now, how do I feel now about Demon Hunter playing it? Just DH is still good. The damage nerfs did trivialize some parts of your damage, and like bursting is a lot harder, I feel like, now overall. But DH feels good. I just don't feel comfortable in this state. I feel like some classes are getting big and stronger, and I feel like those things will just push us out of the meta very easily. And just not to feel good to play in the Soul Shuffle unless you're, you know, in a right composition, you know. Seeing how strong hunters are currently, I'm just gonna say, like, I don't even want to play twos. Like, I'm actually scared to go into twos, like, just seeing how strong all the different specs of hunters are, like, so... It's just, Demon Hunters, I don't feel like any of the holes, actual holes, were filled that we had. There's like, okay, our survivability was bad, but they could have just, yeah, tuned it better or something, you know, but yeah, I feel like actual moves we just haven't gotten. Well, that's it, peeps, for the curated segment. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all those things the YouTubers want you to do, and have a nice day.